And so we decided to have a little bit of fun. I told you a little bit about the Real Man Show. What is it? Well, we decided to use social influence to fight back. Here's the official story with how it went. Mike the Marine and I are drinking whiskey one night because we're Americans and that's what we do. And we're talking about the toxicity of manliness, right? You can't be a real man. Manliness is chauvinistic somehow. Now, Mike and I are both married with kids. To us, being a real man is having faith, respect, honor, integrity, dignity, standing up for what's right, doing the right thing, protecting women, opening the doors for women. I mean, basic chivalry, but that's not acceptable anymore. So he said, what are we going to do? Because we have whiskey. And I said, let's do a show. And he said, what are we going to call it? I said, The Real Man Show. He said, like Jimmy Kimmel's show? I said, no, that was the man show, but he wasn't a real man anyway. Jimmy, I'll take you on directly on this. So we decided that we would go out, do man stuff, and then we would get to write it off on our taxes, and we would have an excuse with our wives to go on man trips. Well, the first video that we did got 250,000 hits, and we were like, oh, we're on to something. I'm going to give you a little taste of what it looks like.
Long ago, in a far-off land, men were admired for their strength. But somewhere along the lines, things changed. Manliness became toxic. Boys were told they could no longer be boys. Enough is enough.
You can't fight the friction!
Who are the unlikely saviors of manliness? A Marine and a whiskey patriot with a band of brothers. Together, they envision a future of trucks and ATVs, lumberjacks and helicopters, and all kinds of toys.
You can't fight the friction!
A country where manliness is an art and chivalry is appreciated and honored. A show where men are revered and businesses are highlighted and hard work is what earns you success. Welcome to the Real Man Show. Welcome to America.
Resurrect the art of manliness. So Josh, who's hiding over here, Josh has been in a couple episodes. Eli has. We've done everything from wild boar hunting out of choppers in Texas in the middle of the night to sniper shooting to baking man cakes and making man pizza and doing rifle training up at Sig Sauer and you name it. But here's what's important, and this is what I need you to understand, is that we as conservatives are so bad at marketing. So bad. This is going to haunt me. The average age in this room, not exactly 30 years old right now. Right? And I love you all tremendously, and I'm incredibly grateful that you're here. But where are the young conservatives? What are we doing? Watching Netflix, which is now a big Obama, Valerie Jarrett production. But I mean, the left has made being a leftist cool. Like, they have Stephen King. Man, they have Bruce Springsteen. They got The Boss. Who did we get? Me? God help us all. And so we need to make being a conservative cool again. And so this is one drop in the bucket for how we're doing it. We have law enforcement officers. We have veterans in every single episode. Josh, I'm going to hit that button. But here's what we actually do with it. And this is what the left is so good at. The left understands the digital marketplace. The left understands how to leverage social media influencers and data and analytics. And the right, the conservatives, we send you a mailer that says, vote for me. And then we get real excited because we have a cool lawn sign that we gave to our neighbor. Like, they're putting out stuff on Netflix and we're like, yo, robocalls, that's the new thing. We're going to blow up people's cell phones. What? So what we do is we extract the data from these videos. And then we run marketing campaigns to people who watched the video 50% to completion, who are conservative males, who are also in law enforcement or veterans, who are 35 to 54 years old, who have interests including guns, ammo, the NRA, who in this particular ad campaign are domestic truck owners. You can do all of this stuff. We as conservatives don't realize it because we are stuck being stodgy and old in our marketing campaigns. We have been asked to consult for campaigns across the country from politicians who will hear all of this out and then they're like, yeah, but you know what we're going to do? TV. TV? Like, okay, so years ago, remember Blockbuster? Which is out of business, right? So Blockbuster had the opportunity to acquire Netflix for $25 million. Netflix is now valued at something like $42 billion. They had the opportunity to acquire it for $25 million, and they hired a consulting firm to do some market research, and that consulting firm turned around and said, don't do it. And they said, why not? And they said, well, we talked to your customers, and you know what your customers said? They said they like the chance they're going to run into their neighbor on a Friday night. You know what I like the chance of on a Friday night? Being able to sit around in boxers with a Natty Light beer while watching whatever I want to watch and hitting pause so I can go get another cheap beer. Because the market has shifted, and it continues to shift, and if we as conservatives don't at least understand enough that we need to hire people who get this stuff, it's going to shift out from under us, and we're going to lose it. We're going to lose it all.